All right. Hello and welcome back to the Collective Minds podcast. Aleister Crowley. I haven't dove too deep into this guy. I know he's a big occult leader. It's where a lot of people get the whole rituals, demons, stuff in scary movies these days. Not a good guy, from my understanding. Really big into sex magic. Let's dive into him a little bit. Learned something on my way home today about this guy. Something I found very interesting with a topic that's hitting the news. So, born Edward Alexander Crowley, English occultist, ceremonial magician, poet, novelist, mountaineer, and painter. He founded the religion of Thelema, identifying himself as the prophet entrusted with guiding humanity into the Aeon of Horus. In the early 20th century. A prolific writer, he published widely over the course of his life. Born to a wealthy family in Royal Leamington Spa, Warwickshire, Crowley rejected his parents' fundamentalist Christian Plymouth Brethren faith to pursue an interest in Western esotericism. He was educated at Trinity College at the University of Cambridge, where he focused his attention upon mountaineering and poetry, resulting in several publications. Jump over to this one. I called him a traitor to the British people. He drew crowds of followers and hordes of critics. He was branded as evil, egotistical, a raging genius, and a messiah of anti-Christianity. Get that. So, Satanism. Satan worship. Guessing a lot of what Epstein and his brethren were doing on that island and on the ranch has a lot to do with this guy. It says it's safe to say that few people in modern history generated as much controversy, shock, and scandal as Aleister Crowley. Probably Trump. Right? The tabloids called him the wickedest man in the world and a master of darkness. But how do you begin to describe a man who was banned from Mussolini's Italy for acts of extreme depravity, and who also rubbed elbows with the most respected writers of the 20th century while penning textbooks on tantric sex magic? So, big occultist, lots of rituals, like evil rituals, right? In 1898, Crowley met a chemist named Julian L. Baker, a member of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, which he joined. The order was devoted to studying paranormal activity and all matters of the occult. Eventually, Crowley hired a senior member of the group to be his live-in personal tutor on the subject. Together, Crowley and his tutor experimented with ceremonial magic and the ritualistic use of drugs. That's right. Crowley continued to explore his bisexuality and seek out prostitutes, but while this life for him was an eye-opening and spiritual, higher-level members of the Golden Dawn considered it too libertine and refused to allow him entry into the upper levels. So Aleister Crowley falls in love. Gerald Kelly introduced Crowley to his sister Rose during a meeting, after which the two married. At first, the marriage was one of convenience to prevent her from entering an arranged marriage. But before long, the two fell in love for real. Crowley even set aside his profane dark writings and penned his wife several love poems. Despite their initial arrangement, Rose and Aleister Crowley could not be a more perfect pair. Rose accompanied Aleister on his journeys and went along with his schemes, and indeed it was through her that Crowley felt the inspiration to begin his own religion. While Rose was meditating, she informed Aleister that the Egyptian god Horus was waiting for him. In 1904, through his own meditation, he heard the voice of Awas, the personal messenger of Horus. So we won't jump too much into that, right? But I've said it before that I believe the Egyptian gods are actually fallen angels and demons. Paganistic, satanic, and it makes sense that these two, right? It's right out in the open. We're speaking to Egyptian gods, we're doing weird sex rituals, and summoning demons. So let's jump over to this. This is the topic I'm hitting. The alien archetype, born from a cult ritual in 1918. In the early 20th century, before the term UFO even existed, Aleister Crowley was conducting esoteric rituals in Greenwich Village, New York City. From January to June in 1918, during a magical work, a Malantra working, Crowley claimed to have made contact with a preter human, a non-physical entity. He meticulously drew a portrait of this being, naming it Lamb. Here's a picture. That sketch of Lamb looks a whole hell of a lot like the Green Martians or the Greys. Leading to the belief that this entire alien agenda being pushed, right? Distraction away from the Epstein files, where they were doing these ritualistic sacrifices of children for demons, the devil, whatever you want to call them. The distraction as these things are coming from somewhere else. Aliens. The guy who first contacted and drew about these things, the best, right? The most evil, wickedest man in the world, drew a picture of the first gray alien, or green Martian. Kind of looks the same, doesn't it? Crowley's sketch of Lamb is nothing short of disturbing for its uncanny resemblance to what would become the universally recognized gray alien archetype, a being with a bulbous, hairless head, large, dark, slanted eyes, and a delicate frame. This drawing, published in 1919, okay, predates the widespread alien sightings by decades. This isn't mere coincidence. Prophetic scholars assert that Crowley, through his advanced occult practices, effectively opened a portal or thinned the veil between dimensions, lower vibrational dimensions, I'll add there, allowing these demonic entities to make themselves known. Lamb was not an alien from outer space, but a demon from another spiritual dimension, manifesting through occult invocation. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments on this one. It's the first picture of an alien drawn by a guy that was contacting evil spirits or demons. Is that what's going on here? And why is our government about to force feed us BS information about them being real? Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. We'll catch you on the next one.